Ever wondered what it would be like to have your faith tested in the harshest conditions imaginable? To be a prisoner, not for a crime but simply for what you believe? Today we're diving into some of the most powerful and moving stories of faith under fire. Tales that come from a time and place where believing in God could cost you everything. These are miracle stories from Russia. Stories of Christians who faced unimaginable persecution but held onto their hope, often finding it in the most unexpected of places. Imagine being a pastor in the Soviet Union, arrested by the KGB, and thrown into a Siberian prison camp. This was the reality for Nikolai Panchuk for 8 long years. He was trapped in a brutal world designed to break his spirit. He was harassed, beaten, and constantly pressured to renounce his faith and betray his fellow believers. He refused. Day after day he endured, feeling dejected and pushed to his absolute limit. It was in this moment of utter despair that he found an unlikely friend and a source of incredible hope. An old ox named Maxine. This might sound strange, but stick with me. Nikolai and Maxine, man and beast, formed an incredible bond. Together, with the strength they found in God, they began to perform a weekly miracle. Right there, in the heart of a Siberian labor camp, a place meant to crush faith, they became a beacon of light. They worked together, not just moving heavy loads, but witnessing for Christ in the most disparaging circumstances you can imagine. And believe it or not, they began to win souls. The story of Nikolai and Maxime, a story that would later be called the Seventh-day Ox, is a testament to how God can work through anyone and anything to spread his message of hope. These stories of unwavering faith didn't just happen in prison camps. They happened in ordinary homes, with ordinary people who were suddenly faced with extraordinary choices. Take Alexander and Natasha, a young couple living in the Soviet era, feeling lost and searching for some kind of meaning in their lives. One day a man named Leonid shows up. Leonid isn't just any salesman. He's a secret Christian book salesman, risking his freedom to share the word of God. He gives Alexander and Natasha a Bible, a precious and forbidden book. But he doesn't stop there. He entrusts them with an entire box of Bibles, leaving it in their small apartment for safekeeping. Now, here's where the story takes a hilarious and unbelievable turn. The couple has 2 dogs, and one morning, they wake up to a shocking sight. Their dogs had found the box of books and decided to have them for breakfast. Can you imagine the panic? These weren't just any books. They were illegal, priceless treasures. This story, called Bibles for Breakfast, shows how God can work even through the most chaotic and, frankly, comical situations. What happens next, and how this couple's journey of faith begins with a pile of chewed-up pages, is a beautiful reminder that God's plan often unfolds in ways we could never predict. But not all stories have such a light-hearted twist. Let's go back to the grim reality of the KGB prisons. Pastor Sergei Petrovich from Moldova was arrested for illegal religious activities. He was interrogated, beaten, and thrown into a maximum security prison. The warden was a hard, cruel man, determined to make an example of Sergei, and he decided to break him by sending him to solitary confinement. The deal was simple: no food until Sergei renounced his God. The warden mocked him, shouting, "If your God is so strong, let him bring you bread himself." Days passed in the cold, dark cell. Sergei was starving, but he held on to his faith, praying for a miracle. And then, the impossible happened. Bread appeared in his cell. This wasn't a one-time thing. God had created a bread delivery system right into solitary confinement. This story, Bread from Heaven, isn't just about a miraculous meal. It's about how Pastor Sergei used this incredible event to reach the hardened heart of the very warden who tried to starve him. It's a story that will bring a smile to your face and tears to your eyes, proving that no heart is too hard for God to soften. These 3 stories, the Seventh-day Ox, Bibles for Breakfast, and Bread from Heaven, are just a glimpse into a collection of true accounts that reveal the incredible faithfulness of Christians during one of history's darkest times. They show how God used ordinary people, and even animals, as instruments of his grace and power. From an ox in a labor camp to hungry dogs in a tiny apartment, God's miracles appeared in the most unlikely forms. Each of these individuals, Nikolai, Alexander, Natasha, Sergei, was faced with an impossible choice. They could have given up. They could have chosen the easy path, saved themselves from pain, imprisonment, or even death. But they didn't. Against all odds, they placed their trust completely in God. They demonstrated an unbroken commitment to their faith, no matter the cost. Their stories are not just historical accounts. They are powerful reminders for us today. They challenge us to think about our own faith. How strong is our commitment? What would we be willing to endure for what we believe? These tales from Russia show us that even in the deepest darkness, the light of faith cannot be extinguished. They show us that miracles are not just grand, flashy events, but can be as simple as the loyalty of an animal, the unexpected consequence of a dog's mischief, or a loaf of bread appearing in a prison cell. They are stories of hope, resilience, and the incredible power of a faith that refuses to be broken. They remind us that God is always with us, working in ways we can't always see, turning our trials into triumphs and our despair into an opportunity to witness His glory. Thank you so much for joining me to explore these incredible stories of faith and miracles. If you were moved by these accounts, I encourage you to seek them out and read them for yourself. They are a powerful source of inspiration and a reminder of the strength that lies in unwavering faith. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that explores the power of faith in our world. See you in the next one.